Hello. Sourcing pharmaceutical APIs is a complex process involving quality, regulatory, and other risks. I'm joined today by Prasad Raje, CEO of LGM Pharma, to discuss some of these issues. Hello, Prasad. So what challenges do pharmaceutical companies face when sourcing APIs and addressing supply chain issues?
Supply chain is no longer just doing search, identifying a supplier which matches with your required API. It is becoming more than that. It is becoming finding the right partner to match your phase of development of the project. Your entire program is dependent on timely supply in a regulated fashion of the API. What is very important is to understand what is today's needs, match the supplier for what today's needs are, but as your drug development program continues for your launch, the supplier is able to meet the requirements in a compliant fashion. Beyond that, moving goods globally for finding the right pricing, for finding the right supplier is also complicated, as regulatory compliance in the entire supply chain and the chain of custody is becoming critical. So in order to get the goods delivered to your doorstep, when your core business model is developing a drug for a biotech or pharma industry to meet an unmet need, the sourcing and the specialist and the logistics specialist are being sought to make sure that that happens in a timely fashion.
Well, thanks for that answer. Can you share some things that you see pharma companies doing that are hindering their supply chain efforts, and what are some things that they should do?
That is a very good question from risk mitigation perspective. Many times we end up seeing that the companies have a single source. Some of the smaller companies, especially when they have one drug or maybe limited drugs in the market, and being single sourced poses a big issue or challenge if there is a natural calamity, if the environmental protection agencies in different parts of the world end up taking your supply source out. It needs to be thought through ahead of time as you qualify your manufacturers in your drug development launches. So that is one area that we keep on seeing multiple times when an urgent need is sensed at a stage when it is a little too late and has not been thought through earlier. So a good partner is so important to find very early on in your thing.